Hey, what's up, friends? Moses here from Driver Success. I hope and pray that you guys are doing well. Just got here. I'm doing a live unload in Sulphur Springs. I was here yesterday too, came back today. But I just wanted to share with you something, a change that is coming to JB Hunt. I got to learn about it yesterday. Today is Saturday, so yesterday I come in and I looked at my messages. I hadn't checked my messages when I was off. When I looked at my messages, I saw a message from the Chief Operating Officer at JB Hunt, like the corporate office. And I know I've been having a lot of questions every now and then, people asking about cameras in the truck, if we have cameras that face the driver. And before, I've been telling you guys that we didn't have inward facing cameras. We only had cameras that were facing outside. But this year, JB Hunt is introducing cameras that face us as drivers. This is something that I've kind of had for about maybe a year or more. Like, I've been hearing rumors about it. And so it kind of gave me an opportunity to think about it and what I want to do, what I may want to do if they really introduce them. So it turns out they've had them in some trucks, I think, like kind of like testing them out. And so now they've decided, come April, they're starting to, like put them in trucks. And so for those of you that have been asking about inward facing cameras, yes, they are coming to JB Hunt. So technically we can say they are even already here, right? So what are my thoughts about it? I will tell you this. First and foremost, I really appreciate the way they kind of made the announcement. It was the COO talking to us on camera, and I like how they thought about how they, how to introduce it to the drivers. They told us about some of the changes they made. I don't remember which year. Anyway. How they started out by increasing driver pay and how that helped the company, and then they went to, I think, doing was it the hair and something test, like the drug test, how that helped improve the company, how they introduced what else did they do, introduce I think that technology to do with, I don't remember what it is. And then how they introduced the outward facing cameras, right? So now they are introducing these inward facing cameras, and they were kind of talking about it to kind of show how the company has made improvements. And I thought that was really, really well put in the way they didn't just put it out, they kind of wanted to show why they are doing it, and I thought that was really clever of them. And so it helps you look at it from their point of view rather than looking at it from your point of view as a driver, right? So you put yourself in their shoes as a company. But when it comes to me as an individual, one of the things that I will tell you is that I've been in trucking for a long time, and one of the things that I've learned is not, I think, to be in a hurry to make a decision. Because I remember, for example, when I first started, when they started introducing automatic trucks, I didn't like them. One thing I would say is they have really changed. Automatic trucks have improved, but the first ones, it's it was really when you were starting, the truck would be it would take forever to move, and other trucks would pass you, and you would be at the light trying to get the truck to move, and it wasn't moving. And then when you are backing up this automatic trucks was really kind of not easy. It was a pain. Even though they were automatic, I just didn't like them. And I remember thinking, I don't think I will ever want to drive an automatic. But guess what? Right now, I'm so used to it. They have made improvements, and I love them. I don't want to, much as, the stick shifts are fun to drive, I think I prefer an automatic right now because of the improvements that they've made. I remember when it came to logs, right? When they first talked about, like electronic logs, I'm like, oh my God, everybody was like complaining about them. It looked like the sky was falling. But guess what? I realized it did affect me at the way I thought it would. So I've learned not, sometimes I think we are just afraid of change. And so when it comes to this issue, I remember the first time hearing about, before even JB Hunt talked about introducing them, I used to say, I don't think I can work for a company that has inward facing cameras. And but after this year of like thinking, hearing the rumors and thinking about it, I'm like, it may not be what people expect it to be. So I'm in no hurry to make any decision because I have no idea how it's going to affect me. One of the reasons why I love being a truck driver is because I don't want anybody to be always watching me, seeing what I'm doing, right? I like that freedom of being on my own. And so when I think about cameras facing us, one thing I'm thinking, okay, nobody is going to be hired to constantly be looking at me as a driver, just like from the time I start my shift to the time I end my shift. The companies, I don't think they do that. Yes, the cameras may be in there and they may be recording, but I don't think anybody is right there seated watching every move. I don't know how they're going to be doing it, but at least from the video, they said that it will be like kind of triggered. Like it will, I think the cameras maybe sense when you're using your phone or doing something that is distracting you, and then it will send a warning telling you that you are driving distracted. If I understood right, the first warning, I think, or a couple of warnings, it won't be sending the message to your manager. Now, of course, I don't know how that is going to work. But they said, at least if I remember and if I understood right, it will send you a couple of messages. It will like warn you like when you are driving distracted so that you can self-correct. But if they see that, like I don't know how many times, and then it will send a message to your manager, and that's when the manager maybe will talk to you. From what they said, the volume won't be on, so like it can't record any sound in the truck. From what they said, when you stop and you are parked, I think it stops recording when you are parked. So all those things, I don't know how they are going to work. But for me, again, it's going to go back to just waiting and seeing how the whole technology is going to work. Will I be called into the office? When I'm called in, when will I be called in? And what reasons will I be called in? I think I'm not going to be in a hurry to make a decision because, again, as I said, having been in trucking, I've seen changes, and sometimes I think as drivers we are thinking, oh, things are going to change, they're going to be bad, but yet they're not bad. They end up to be things that really are good, or things that are okay, things that improve our lives. So even though I don't know, well, this the way it improves our lives is that if something was to happen and it wasn't your fault, they can always use both the outward and the inward facing cameras to kind of see if you are alert or what you are doing, to kind of make a decision, which could be a really good thing for you if you were in the right and whatever happened wasn't your fault. So it could come back to be a benefit to you. So I make the video to say that, yeah, for those of you that have been asking about inward facing cameras, yes, right now as I record this, they are going to start to roll them out. So if you're making a decision coming to JB Hunt, just know that, just think of JB Hunt as a company that has inward facing cameras. I don't know how that is going to affect those drivers that are already here. I don't know if there's those that are going to decide to leave right away. But as for me, I don't think I'm in a hurry to make that decision, because I'm thinking all this thing of it may not be as bad as people think it is. So I'm just gonna see how it affects me, and I'm thinking it may not affect me. I may not even realize. Uh, like you are only conscious that you have a camera that is watching you, but if I don't think there's somebody that is always watching you every minute of that day. It's just there. I think it's gonna be triggered by if something happens, and they need to see, were you distracted, what were you doing. So yep, we'll see how things go. I'll let you know when they install one in my truck, and probably I'll give you a look at it. The only thing is, I think we don't have access to those videos until probably something happens, and maybe they pull that video and show you. Other than that, I will just know that there's a camera in here recording us. So we'll see how that happens. But for those of you that wanted to know that, yes, right now we are going to be having inward facing cameras. So we have cameras recording outside, and we are going to have cameras recording inside. So I just wanted to give you that update so you know as you make your decision on whether JB Hunt is the company for you. All right, friends, until next time, stay blessed and stay safe. Catch you in another one. Bye-bye.